off, however, with just ceremony. Here's the real.
Willis Reed and Elton, ladies and gentlemen, and enjoy.
Larry Bird working with Terry.
The All-Star Game was first played at the Boston Garden on March 2, 1951. 70 years after, the 69th edition of the game will be played at the United Center in Chicago this coming February 16, 2020. For 7 decades, a lot has been put into the history books, including records and changes. The name is Jerry, sharing with you news and updates of basketball around the globe here in Bax N1 in Animated 27. So let's look into it. It started with a meeting between NBA President Maurice Podoloff, NBA Publicity Director Haskell Cohen, and Boston Celtics owner Walter A. Brown in order to regain public attention to the league. Because at that time, the basketball world has just been stunned by the college basketball point shaving scandal. The first edition of the All-Star Game hosted by the Boston Celtics, the East All-Stars defeated the West All-Stars 111-94. Celtics' Ed Macauley was named as the first NBA All-Star Most Valuable Player. It was a success where it grossed 10,094 attendees, which is way more than the league's season's average, which is 3,500. It was in 2010 in Dallas Cowboys Stadium at Arlington, Texas, that the NBA All-Star Game sets the record of 108,713 fans who attended the basketball game. The 2017 All-Star Weekend, that was originally to be hosted by Charlotte, North Carolina, was moved to New Orleans. The NBA announced on July 21, 2016. The move by the NBA was when they did not get the request granted of the bill to be repealed or revised as to not discriminate against the LGBT community when North Carolina passed the House Bill 2 as a remedy to the Charlotte Ordinance 7056. During the 2016 NBA Draft, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver made this statement, quote, "We were frankly hoping that they would make some steps toward modifying the legislation, and frankly, I was disappointed they didn't." Unquote. The original format of the All-Star Game was between the East and the West All-Stars playing against each other, where the East won it 37 times compared with the West with 29 wins. On October 3, 2017, the NBA and NBPA announced the changes to the NBA All-Star Game format, starting with the 2018 NBA All-Star Game. The vote leaders for each conferences will be assigned as team captains and will be able to select players from the rest of the starters and the reserves, regardless of the conferences they play in, to form their own teams. This marks the first time the conferences will not play against each other since the inaugural All-Star Game. The NBA has announced a new format for the 2020 NBA All-Star Game designed to increase the level of competition throughout the game, provide additional excitement at the finish, and make the outcome of every quarter count for charity. Here's a closer look at what to expect in the 69th NBA All-Star Game, which will be played tomorrow at the United Center in Chicago. Both NBA All-Star Game teams will play for Chicago-based community organizations, as selected by team captains Giannis Antetokounmpo and LeBron James. The teams will compete to win each of the first 3 quarters, all of which will start with a score of 0-0 and will be 12 minutes long. At the start of the 4th quarter, the game clock will be turned off and the final target score will be set. The final target score will be determined by taking the leading team's total cumulative score through 3 quarters and adding 24 points. The 24 representing the late Kobe Bryant's uniform number. Once the final target is set, the teams will play an unlimited 4th quarter, and the first team to reach the final target score will win the NBA All-Star Game. So there will be a winner for every quarter that will receive $100,000, with a total of $300,000 to be donated to the charity for those 3 quarters. And the winning team in the NBA All-Star Game will earn $200,000 for its designated community organization. So those are the changes that we're going to see and witness tomorrow at the United Center in Chicago in the 2020 NBA All-Star Game. As previously announced, Team Giannis will wear number 24 and Team LeBron will wear number 2, the basketball jersey numbers of the late Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna. Both teams will also wear jersey patches displaying 9 stars representing Kobe, Gianna, and their 7 friends and teammates who tragically passed away in a helicopter accident last January 26. And now, let us take a look at the players and the rosters of Team LeBron and Team Giannis.
And the only reason I'm picking him because he happens to be from this city. I'm gonna go with Anthony Davis as my number 1 pick.
I think a stunned disbelief.
I know y'all surprised. I know y'all
Anthony
surprised.
Davis picked by LeBron at number 1, while Giannis picked Joel Embiid at number 2. To wrap up the starters and the reserves for the All-Star draft results, take a look at it. Team LeBron, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, Luka Doncic, James Harden, Damian Lillard, Ben Simmons, Nikola Jokic, Jason Tatum, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, and Domantas Sabonis. At Team Giannis, Joel Embiid, Pascal Siakam, Kemba Walker, Trae Young, Chris Middleton, Bam Adebayo, Rudy Gobert, Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, Brandon Ingram, and Donovan Mitchell. Since Damian Lillard suffered a groin injury, he will be replaced by Phoenix Suns' Devin Booker.